So Marshall, I know that you know about Hinduism more than some of the Hindus that I know. What part of Bhagavad Gita is your favorite, or what do you think CEOs who are constantly chasing outcomes, what can they take away from the Bhagavad Gita?
Well, you've kind of answered the first part of the question because the favorite part of the Gita for me is the importance of not becoming attached to outcomes or results. It doesn't mean you don't try to achieve results. What it means is you don't become psychologically attached to results.
Hmm.
Now, this is very important for two reasons. One is nobody has complete control over the results anyway. Neither you nor I invented COVID, yet that dramatically impacted life. So, one, you don't have total control over the results.
Yeah.
Number two, though, probably even more important, how much long term happiness and peace do you find from any results anyway? A day, a week, a month? Not much. What happens after you achieve the results? You have to have bigger results, more results, more
More
results.
results.
The Buddhist term is called the hungry ghost. You're
Hungry
always
ghost.
eating. Hungry ghost is always eating, but is never full. Well, if you look at it, one of the people that endorsed my book, Theory in Life, is Albert Bourla. Albert was the CEO of Pfizer, or is the CEO of Pfizer. I called Albert and said, Albert, a couple of years ago, how's it going? He said, oh, very good. Came up with a vaccine, very nice, saved millions, billion lives, very, very good. Then he said, company employee engagement, all-time high, stock price high, on and on. I said, Albert, what's your problem? He said, I have a huge problem. Next year. Do you think the stockholders really care that he cured COVID? Nope. That was last year. People who bought the price now, they bought that price in. They care about next year. They don't care
Next
about
year.
last year. That's it. So if Albert's value as a human being is he has to have a better year than that year, he'll never have that year again. We don't want him to have that
You
good
don't
year.
want him to have that. Exactly.
Nobody wants that. Michael Phelps won 25 gold medals. What did he think of doing after winning gold medal 25? Killing himself. Why? Nothing more to shoot for. Well, you cannot get attached to results because it brings no long-term satisfaction. One of my people in our group is Safi Bakal.
Hmm.
Safi's a scientist, and he said, I've learned one thing in this LPR groups with you over the COVID period. He said, I used to believe that I would be happy if I achieved more. He said, I finally realized happiness and achievement are independent variables. Achieve to achieve, be happy and find peace to be happy and find peace, they're not the same thing. He said, you can achieve a whole lot and be happy. You can achieve a whole lot and be miserable. You can achieve nothing and be happy, and you can achieve nothing and be miserable. He said, I finally realized that. I said, I'm glad you realized that. Why? Number one, you already have a PhD in physics from Stanford. You've already started successfully 4 companies, made millions and millions of dollars. You've written a New York Times bestselling book called Loon Shots. You've consulted to presidents. Now, if that is
Wow.
not enough
Wow.
achievement to make you happy, do you really think a little more is going to matter? You really think it's going to matter if that's not enough? How much achievement do you have to have?
Right.
Well, the people that I worked with are all ridiculously high achievers. They're all at 99.99 on achievement. Some are very happy, some aren't. Why? Be happy to be happy and achieve to achieve. As the Gita says, though, never assume the results are going to bring you peace or happiness because they won't. They won't. Now, that doesn't mean you don't try to achieve the results.
Hmm.
The greatest college basketball coach in history, I went to UCLA, was John Wooden.
Hmm.
And John Wooden's whole attitude is if you do your best and win, be proud. You do your best and lose, be proud. You don't do your best and win, you have nothing to be proud of. He never focused on winning. He never focused on winning. All he focused on is do your
Doing
best.
your best.
The best basketball coach after him was Coach K at Duke. And Duke had an interesting thing. When a player would hit a great shot and jump around, you know what he'd say? Next play. Player hits a bad shot and sad. What'd he say? Next play.
Next. Right.
That shot is done.
Yeah.
That shot is over. You're jumping up and down. There's a game going on here. You're all sad. There's a game going on here. next play, next play. So, very important as we go through life to think about that. Am I being who I want to be right now? Not focused on the past, not focused on what I can't change. What am I doing now? And being present in the now. This is very challenging for successful people.
Mm-hmm.
Successful people tend to become addicted to achievement.